Hello Australia, welcome to another Big Couch, episode 545 to be exact. My good friend Steve Collins is right beside me.
Hello.
There you go, Steve. What have we got on the show today?
Well, I'm going to be talking about going down the southwest. We're going to go to Albany and we're going to have a lovely ride on a bush tram.
Sounds fantastic. We've got Brufield, the band, coming in to open the show. Neesha's in with a couple of guests. Charlton's in with a couple of guests. Big show, more than a couple. Stick around, episode 545 starts now.
It's showtime on the couch. Yeah, it's showtime on the couch. You can see it from your house. You can watch it from your house. It's showtime on the couch with Fred and the best in town. Oh, it's showtime on the couch.
Welcome, look at that levitation of that CD. It's the brand new one called Cracked, is it? Yes, it is.
Correct.
Cracked, thank you.
Correct.
Thought they were calling us names. They're a
I'd
fantastic...
return it to the store if it was cracked, wouldn't you?
I would too, especially a CD. It could only be cracked if I sat on it. But let me tell you, there's nothing cracked about our band. They're called Brufield. They've got a beautiful opening and closing. Here they are opening the show.
Far from anything unknown. This place is so alone, complacent in its tone. Reflects a mellow drone, and I find it hard to breathe with this longing, this need, this intensity that you're giving to me. And when no one can see, you aim so perfectly. Your intention's to kill, and your target is me. And when you shut me down, and I'm bleeding
fantastic local band. They're called Brufield, and we'll have them back at the end of the show. But Rachel is over there, and she's going to chat to them. Here you go, Rachel.
Thanks, Fred. I'm here with Lisa from Brufield. So tell us a bit about your band.
Hi, Rachel. We are a 4-piece rock pop originals, and we've been together about 2 years and just really gigging and recording and, just keeping busy.
Awesome. And would you like to introduce us to the band members?
Yeah, sure. Well, like I said, I'm Lisa. Originally from Ireland. We've got Andy, who's originally from the UK, Mr. Sticks Graham on the drums, and Chris on the keys. Both Perth boys.
And I've got the CD here right now. Can you tell us a bit about it and how anyone can get it?
Yeah, it's a little bit of our darker side, so it's more kind of moody love song, not so love songs. But you can download them on iTunes or Spotify, any of the online stores. Also, you can get it on our website, which is www.brufield.com. And you can also check out our Facebook. Just, put in Brufield and it will come up and it'll give you all our details and stuff.
Perfect. And you guys are performing here soon?
Yeah, we've got our next big one is the Beaufort Street Festival, which is the 14th of November, and we are playing the City of Stirling stage at 5 p.m. and it's all ages, so bring the kids.
Okay, perfect. And so we hope to see all of our viewers at the Beaufort Street Festival. Can you give us your website one more time?
Yeah, it's www.brufield.com.
Awesome. Thanks. Back to you, Fred.
Thank you, Rachel. Well done there too. We may have to consider you as a presenter in the future.
She might be able to sit in your chair there, I think. Fred.
Oh, look, she's not that good.
Oh, I think
Steve.
she is.
Come to think of it, I have to give her some critique later. Leave. Goodbye, Rachel. Steve, welcome back.
Oh, hi, Fred. Thanks for
I
having
wonder
me.
what she'd be like doing travel.
Well, I think she'd be wonderful, but she's not getting my gig.
I was going to clean it up because someone asked me if I wanted a job that involves travel and sex, and I know the answer, but you can't say it in this time
No,
slot.
you cannot.
Cannot.
No.
But no, I don't.
I don't know the answer.
Well, I'll tell you later when you're ready to leave.
Yeah.
What are we talking about today?
We're going down to the southwest. We're going to go to Albany.
How beautiful is the southwest?
Amazing. It's just beautiful. We took some friends down there from Sydney, and we headed down to Albany first up because they'd never been to Albany. They'd been to the Market River before, and they hadn't been to Albany. We just took it down there. It is the most gorgeous, gorgeous place, I hadn't been down there for a few years, and this is King George Sound. And it's just lovely. Everywhere you go down there, it's beautiful. That's looking out towards the Stirling Ranges. But the great thing about it is it's got a real good sense of community down there. Oh, this is Whale World. This is fantastic. This was the last Australian whaling station, and they've turned it into a very, very good museum. Yeah,
can you go aboard that boat?
Yeah, that's how I took those photos. I was aboard the boat. Yeah, it's just lovely. And you can see there, that's my mate mate Lindsay there. He's reading the sign. I didn't know he could read until I took that photo. And that's a blue whale. Well, you're right there as well. But we just took all these photos around Albany. These are some of the beaches and bays on the coastline. Just have a look at that, somebody down there fishing. But it's extraordinarily beautiful.
Was the weather good?
The weather was cold, but it was all right. I mean, because you expect that. Just look at those bays. Look at the colour of the water, and it's just so clear.
Having travelled so much around Australia, I know you have, what would you compare our southwest to?
It's very difficult to say because it's a bit like the south coast of New South Wales in parts.
Bega and places like that?
Probably further south, down around Eden and Bateman's Bay and places like that. Very, very similar. This, of course, Albany itself, what a traditional old city it is. Beautiful heritage buildings down there.
Was it true that Albany was supposed to be our capital? The capital of Western Australia, originally?
Not as far as I know, but it was the first place in Western Australia that's actually settled. It was settled before Perth. And part of the reason for that was the British, the French were sniffing around there. There's a place near Albany called Two People's Bay.
Okay.
And the English were there, and then the French sailed in, so they sort of said, "Oh, this is the Anzac Memorial. This is fantastic." A new place, is it? That is brand new. It was opened in 2014 to commemorate the centenary of when the fleet left to go to World War I. And it was where the Australian and New Zealanders, they met there, and 44 ships in the first fleet. Amazing. And that memorial is fantastic. And it's really good because when you go in, they give you a card, and the card is a name of a participant in that first fleet. And what you do is you follow them their way around, no matter how long some of them lost their lives at Gallipoli. Some of them lost their lives on the Somme and the Western Front. Others went through the war and had lives afterwards. And you follow that person, and it makes it a very, very personal experience.
They've got everything down in Albany. You know, like, look, years
excellent
ago.
food, excellent restaurants.
Beautiful place.
Yeah.
We actually hired a house.
Yeah.
An old house had been renovated. It was really cheap.
We hired this place, was on the main street.
Oh.
It was a unit above a shop. And it was the biggest apartment I've ever been in.
Good
It was
view of
massive.
the ocean and that or not?
You got views from the veranda, yeah, but it was just such a great location.
Look, I remember 20 years back,
Yeah.
people were always in WA, for those people who
Yeah.
don't know, you got married,
Yep.
you went to Dog Rock
Yes,
in Albany,
Dog
you
Rock
stayed at the
Motel,
Dog Rock Motel.
yeah.
And
Dog
I
Rock's
see
still there.
your wife over there probably nodding. Did you go to Dog Rock yourself?
We've never been to Dog Rock, no.
But it was used to be the head of the dog shaped rock.
it does.
I think it's still there,
It's
isn't
still
it?
there. It's got a collar. That's
And there's
the line mark.
The Dog Rock Shopping Centre.
Yeah, Dog Rock.
There's
yeah.
the Dog Rock Motel.
Well, we've got Dog Swamp in Perth, haven't we?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So it's a beautiful part of
Yeah.
Western Australia,
It is,
beautiful
it's
part of Australia. And I
extraordinary.
noticed you had wind farms there too.
Yeah, well, the wind farm, you go out to the wind farm and there's 30-something windmills there, whatever you call them. But, of course, out that way, that's very stunning coastline. And, of course, you've got the Bibbulmun Track. Ends in Albany, so and a lot of it to preserve it. They've built these wooden walkways there, and
Stop
you just
people
walk,
walking on. Oh,
so that you
beautiful.
don't destroy the bush. And so this is the Bibbulmun Track's over 1,000 kilometres long, and it finishes at the Albany Visitor
Now that's-
Centre. And I have to tell you, the people
Yep.
at the Albany Visitor Centre are very, very good.
Incredible
Very
people. See, I think if
accommodating.
I did the track, I would
Yeah.
actually take my dad's scooter, the mobility scooter.
Well, yeah, that might. Yeah,
I don't know
you
if it
could.
lasts more
I
than-
think
you'd have
you'd
to
probably
plug
get
it in.
about. You'd probably get about 5 metres, I think, on that.
Because
thing.
I've
Yeah,
seen they've
yes.
got these little huts that people can
Yeah.
actually have a rest in, but I don't know
Yeah,
if you can
sleeping.
sleep.
No,
Can
no,
you
you're
sleep in
sleeping.
there?
That's the whole point. Yeah.
Okay. Have you ever
Yes.
done that?
No, no.
They're not really catering for bigger people, are they?
Well, I don't know what they're not. Well, yeah. Well,
You
they're
and I
catering
couldn't
for
fit in
anybody
there.
that can actually make it there, but they're spread about a day apart.
Yeah.
Those things, but yeah,
Awesome.
they get very crowded at times.
Money-wise, expensive to travel down there or quite affordable?
No, I thought it was pretty affordable. There's the food and everything was same as sort of Perth prices, really.
Okay.
But there's some great places. It's Middleton Beach, and there's some really good cafes along Middleton Beach, which is just out of
Beautiful.
the city centre.
Sounds good.
And then you go to other places. Now, the other place we went
Yes.
was, we did the whole southwest, but we went to Pemberton. Pemberton, I hadn't stayed
love
there.
Pemberton.
It's just beautiful. And for the first time,
Yeah.
we rode on the Pemberton Tramway, which it's part of a series of... It was when
there we go.
the timber... was a big industry there. They built all these tramways right through the forests, and at one stage they went for hundreds of kilometres, literally, and they're very, very narrow gauge trams. A great little trip. Now, this was a very, very cold and wet day in Pemberton, and we got on this thing, the old Rattler, and we went along, and that's the main street, that's the highway you cross. In actual fact, I don't show it on this, but we stopped. We broke down
Did you
near
really?
the
In the
start, and then
tram?
we kept going. But you go over all these little trestle bridges,
Incredible, isn't
and
it?
there's all those little creeks there. And of course, all this area had been logged at one stage, and there's no logging there now. And it is the most beautiful place, and it's so serene, and you really get an appreciation for the West Australian bush.
How far is that from Curry Valley?
It's not all that far from Curry Valley, but it doesn't go to Curry Valley.
No.
Curry Valley's in an opposite direction. I think
fair enough.
Curry Valley's just off the Brockman Highway from memory. But this goes to the Warren River. It's about a 9 kilometre. They used to go all the way down to Northcliffe, and that was about a 2.5 hour ride. But I think because of the cost of it, and you look at these beautiful
There's
little
heaps.
rivers there that are running
Heaps to see,
wild,
isn't it? It's
and you
beautiful.
if you look down there, you can see Marin and stuff like that. It's a pretty
How long does the ride take?
well, it takes about, I think it's about 2 hours from memory, because it's very slow going up to the Warren River because you're going uphill,
Yep.
and it's very fast going the way
Coming
back.
back.
But it's really good. It's a very nice station there at Pemberton, and it's just worthwhile if you're going there. But of course, we did so much other stuff. We stayed in an old picture theatre. That was
Did
our
you really?
accommodation. Yeah.
Is it a
They've
proper
turned it-
hotel now?
No, it's not. They've turned the old picture theatre into a series of little apartments,
Oh, wow.
2-bedroom apartments, and it was fantastic. And there's a little museum there, which you get a
Do you
key
remember
to.
what it's called? Because a lot of
It's
people
called
might-
the Old Picture Theatre.
The
in
old
Pemberton.
picture theatre. Well, that's
Very
that's pretty-
unusual name for a
very
picture
down to
theatre.
earth, common sense. Eh? The old picture
But,
theatre
the old
hotel.
but there's a lot of wineries around there. We went to this fantastic winery, which was also a brewery, and had the best meal. really good meal, and we had the tasting plate of beers.
Where is the Valley of the Giants? Is that
the Valley of
Pemberton?
the Valley of the Giants? No, that's down at Walpole.
Because I went to all those areas around there. And
Walpole's about an hour and a half.
So, but you can shoot
down
off from
Bass.
there, can't you?
You can go to the Valley of the Giants. There's several ways to do it from Walpole. You can go up to the Franklin River area.
And Walpole, you mentioned that. I
Yeah.
actually hired a little shack down there.
Did
and
you?
I took some Italian friends.
Did they?
They actually didn't like it.
Why not?
They said they don't like I don't know what it is. They like modern cities.
Yeah.
They said, we didn't come to Australia to go to the bush in a shack. And we
They came to Australia to go to modern cities.
Yeah.
Oh,
I couldn't
okay.
believe it. And I loved it. I can't remember what it was called, but it was the most beautiful place. Nearly wrecked the car driving through
Yeah, was
there.
it near the
Right
inlet
near
or
the
somewhere?
lake.
We're near the lake.
and
yeah.
I think it was something lake there. But
Yeah.
it was a little hut. It had a little shack, but it had a heater, 3 bedrooms.
Yeah.
We overlooked the river.
Yeah.
It had cows walking
Yeah.
past. It was the most beautiful, relaxing place you could ever go to.
It's a pity they didn't turn those cows into carpaccio or
Yes,
something. Really.
probably are now. The kaput, more like it. But you know what? WA has some amazing places.
Yeah.
Thank you for coming in today. Now,
Pleasure.
if people want more information about the Southwest and Albany,
Well, just go to radioroaming.com. I've got a little bit there, but of course you can listen to my radio station online.
I know, on radioroaming.com.
Radioroaming.com.
Now, another question for you. Where are we
Yeah.
going to next time we come in?
That's a very, very good question.
I know you're heading for Queensland soon.
I might have to do Queensland next time because I'm heading over there very shortly, and I think I'm going to be climbing. Get this, you won't like this. The highest building
You
on the
think
Gold
you're going to be
Coast.
climbing it?
Well, there's a weight restriction, and I think I'll just get in.
Oh, that's a shame. I'd have
I
to come
have
with you. I'd be the lucky one to be missing out. Are you really going to go
It's
and
like the
climb?
bridge climb because you go up this thing and there's a tower on top and you climb the tower.
Oh,
on top.
listen out for the noise when you fall.
Yeah, exactly right.
Are you not scared of climbing? Yeah, the people underneath you.
Well, I mean, look, there's only one way you can go from heights, and that's down. So you know that. So just be careful.
Well, I'm
when you
looking
do it.
forward to seeing the footage from your
I think it's
steep
pretty
camp.
safe. I think it's pretty safe.
And I love to go to India, Sri Lanka, and Mexico one day.
Yeah,
Have you ever been to Mexico?
I haven't been to Mexico, no, but I've been to India, and Sri Lanka's a beautiful country as well.
Sounds fantastic.
But Mexico's great. There's so much to see there, and the food is.
I think it'd be one of those places I've always wanted to go,
Yeah.
and I will make it one day.
Yeah, easy to get to.
Anyway, thank you very much to
Pleasure.
Steve Collins. Well done. And I wonder if Demelza has ever been to Mexico. Have you? No, maybe not. Over to you, Demelza.
Thanks, Fred. I'm joined by Dr. Linda Friedland, who specialises in stress management, corporate health and disease prevention. And she's telling us today a little bit of giving us a few tips on how we can reduce stress when it comes to work. Dr. Linda, thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me, Demelza.
Now, with social media technology in this day and age, what we're finding is that 9 to 5 workday has expanded and almost that we need to be focused 24/7. What does that then do to our health?
Well, you're quite right that we are switched on 24/7. We don't live in an age where it's, work and home. We stay connected, we stay plugged in, and that keeps our adrenaline pumping right through the day, into the night, and we have very little switch off where the body can recover. So stress is at an all-time high. What I often say is that we also need to understand that not all stress is bad. Most of the stress that we're experiencing in life is actually quite good for us. It motivates us, it gets us to perform. The reality is that most of us go into that overwhelming negative stress where we are feeling a sense of out of control, where we feel overwhelmed, where there's sometimes body symptoms. And we need to put in place some strategies, some life strategies to minimize the effects on our mental well-being, on our sense of how we're feeling, on our physical health, on our relationships.
Right.
And it's not rocket science, Demelza. Most people know what they need to be doing, they just don't do it.
Yeah.
So it's really about being quite vigilant about putting in place the strategies.
And what advice, and I guess part of that strategy, what can people do to be able to manage it better?
Well, I think the first thing is we take our health for granted. And it's my first piece of advice to a lot of people is take your health at least as seriously as you do your work, particularly for people who are high-performing, very intense, workaholics. We need to put in place some ways in which there's some recovery. Stress itself is not the enemy. We think stress is the enemy. The real enemy is the lack of recovery. And the good news is we don't need a lot of recovery. We need sufficient sleep. We need, really good nutrition. We need exercises. What I always say to people, the magic bullet. People say to me, Linda, what is the magic bullet? Is it resveratrol? Is it selenium? Is it zinc? It is exercise, there's no doubt, because that's the single most effective way to switch off our adrenaline pathway that keeps going and lets our body go automatically into recovery. Right. And then our brain switches off, and that's when healing takes place in our body. That's when the brain reconfigures. We've all read about neuroplasticity and how the brain changes itself. It happens when the body's in a recovery phase. So those things seem so simple, but then there's some really simple things to do in the workplace. Right. We get into work and we have this concept that we need to hit the road running from the moment we get there for the complete 8 hours or 10 hours, and some people are working 12 hours or beyond, as we had a discussion a little bit earlier. Yeah. I've just come back from Japan and Korea, where it's normal to work 60-hour weeks. Wow. And in Australia, although we do have a better culture in terms of wanting to get outdoors and wanting to live a bit, we work to live a little bit more. Many places they live to work. But even here, we're not immune, and people are burning out mentally and physically. So it's putting in place small breaks. And it's not equal. I always said, forget about balance. It's not work versus home or work versus play. There's a lot of work, but there needs to be small gaps for time out, for exercise, for a healthy meal, for breathing techniques, for going for a massage. Time out is not just a feel-good. Yes. It recharges the body.
Yes. And I guess with Year 12 exams coming up for all those Year 12s that are hopefully studying at home at the moment, they can then adapt that to their studying techniques as well?
I'm so glad you brought that up, Demelza, because, in fact, it's my fifth book that I've written is on teenagers. And as parents and as educators and teachers out there, often minimize the stress that youngsters are going through. And we think, what is Year 12? It's not so bad. They don't know what real stress is. They do. Youngsters today are experiencing an enormous amount of stress. And my message to the parents of the youngsters is take the stress seriously. To the youngsters themselves, to the Year 12s themselves, create a structure. Yes, there's a lot of work to do. Right. But don't rely totally on things like Red Bull and burning the candle at both ends, staying up till 2 a.m. The brain needs to recover. So sleep is essential. Wonderful. It's the most underrated antidote that we have to that stress.
And just quickly before we go, obviously we'd love to talk so much more about this topic. Can you let viewers know how they can get in contact with you?
Yes, thank you. My website is available. It's lindafriedland.com. Very simple. My Twitter handle is at Ask Dr. Linda, as is Facebook. Wonderful. Ask Dr. Linda. And I'd be very happy to engage and communicate.
Dr. Linda, thank you so much for chatting to us today.
Thank you.
I'm definitely going to take some of those tips. Thank you. For more information, you can also head to the Couch website. But for now, it's back to Fred.
Thank you, Demelza, but just to correct you, we had all the information we needed there. Thank you very much. I don't think anyone needs to write or ring Dr. Friedland because she's given us everything. Thank you very much for coming in. After the break, we speak to an amazing young girl who's won the Adam Award. You'll get to meet her next on The Couch. Well done. Welcome back to The Couch, only on Foxtel right here on a Sunday night. Hope you're having a wonderful night. Now, we always love promoting young people who do great things. This next guest is Luci Trevaskis. Now, Luci won the Atom Award. Now, I'm going to introduce her first. Welcome, Luci.
Hi.
Thanks for coming in today. Now, do I get it right? 2014, you graduated Year 12
Yes.
at St Hilda's Anglican School?
Yes.
Now, tell me a little bit about yourself, Luci.
I'm 19 years old. Yes, I graduated last year from St Hilda's and I'm currently studying architecture at UWA.
You're a very creative person.
Yes.
Tell me about the Atom Awards. How are they judged? How do they work? What did you have to do?
Well, my teacher, Lisa Barrett,
She's a pushy teacher, isn't she?
No.
Oh, really? Okay.
She submitted my film
Yep.
last October in this under the category of secondary senior fiction finalists.
So why do people enter the Atom Awards? What's the great thing about those awards?
It's out of the whole of Australia and New Zealand, so it's quite prestigious and
Quite a big award.
Yeah.
Now, there was 500 entries in the year, because the way it works is you enrol from October this year and then it goes into next year. So it's finished for this year.
Yeah.
People can enrol now for next October.
yes.
Now, you enrolled obviously a couple of years back. Tell me about your movie, Dark Matter.
Dark matter revolves around the notion of depression, and it focuses on the idea that there's a demon of the mind.
So where did you get the idea from? I mean, you're a young person. You would have been
Yes.
16, 17 at the time when you
yeah.
thought of the idea. What made the theme? What made depression a big thing for you?
Well, at the time we were given the assessment, there were quite a few deaths revolving around suicide and depression, such as the death of Robin Williams, Charlotte Dawson, and also one of my family's friends passed because of suicide and depression.
So you were touched by the
Yes.
topic of depression and suicide as well. So was it a hard thing to tackle? Did you actually naturally enjoy the topic, or did you find it was an exciting thing to cover because you didn't know much about it yourself? Did you research it well?
Yes, I researched a lot of non-for-profit campaigns like Are You OK?, which I reference in the film. And I guess I was interested in it because it is a topic that not many people understand, and I wanted to have a go at maybe communicating that to younger people, what it might feel like for these sufferers with depression.
And did you come out of it with an appreciation for people who do suffer from depression and an understanding?
Yeah, well, I did show the film to someone who does suffer mental illness, and she said, "Oh, you've nailed it on the head. That's
Fantastic.
exactly what it's like." So that was quite reassuring.
Now, you were the winner of the Best Senior Secondary Fiction category, and it was a short film, obviously. For those people who haven't seen the film, run us through what we're expecting to see in the film when we watch it. Tell me about the topic. I know it's depression,
Yes.
but what happens in the film?
Well, it's a girl, and she's home alone, and she gets a call from a friend and kind of hints at, "I'll be okay if I don't think about it." And then throughout the film we see a demon character from a distance who...
Who's that character there?
That's me.
Oh,
I actually... Oh,
Was that
the
the
demon.
first time you acted?
Yes.
Did you cast yourself as director? You said, "Oh, I'm going to take a role."
Yeah, well...
Who did you play? Who were you? What character?
I'm the protagonist, so I'm the...
What's the protagonist?
I'm the main character, so I'm the one with depression, so I'm the one
So
seeing...
you're the lead actor and the
Yes.
person that it's affecting.
Yes.
So did you come out of that thinking, I did this... I know you had feedback that people said you did really well.
Yeah.
Did you come out of it yourself thinking you'd like to do more of these sort of films, maybe work in the media, become a movie critic? What would you like to do for your future?
I never really saw myself as an actor, but I really enjoyed doing a little bit in this one, and I wouldn't mind looking into that.
Maybe Neighbours or something like that in the future? Is there
Maybe.
stuff that you'd be interested in? I mean, how old are you now, 19?
I'm 19, yeah.
So you're studying to do architecture. So down the track you'll be a very creative drawer of houses, an architect. That's obviously a little bit different to being in the movies and that. Would you like to do both?
Yeah, because I do like drawing. I wouldn't mind doing storyboards and that sort of thing, and hopefully there'll be a way to incorporate both together.
And what was the prize that you won?
I won quite a large trophy. I haven't got my hands on it yet.
A big trophy. Did they give you any cash?
No cash.
No cash? So you did it for love?
I think it was just the honour.
Do you know what? It's an amazing, prestigious award. You should be really happy to have won such a great award. Congratulations to you.
Thank you.
Congratulations to your school as well, St
Yes.
Hilda's. And of course the teacher. You want to thank her as well
Yes.
for pushing along.
Yes.
What's her name again?
Lisa.
And she's sitting over there in the
Yes,
studio,
she
so
is.
we can't take a shot of her. because she's a teacher and you can't show her face on TV. In a school here as well. But well done, Elisa. It's a great honour to be given this award. Hopefully we'll see you down the track in maybe some more movies, some TV shows.
Yes, I do love it, and I always have. I'm not sure what my next thing will be.
Urge those people in that camera there, camera one, tell kids why they need to get involved, why this is such a good project.
In media?
Yeah, the actual Atoms Award. Why should they enrol for next year?
I don't know. 'Cause
Well, did you have a lot of fun?
yes, I had a lot of fun.
You learnt a lot?
Yes, I did.
You grew? You became a star?
It was a bit...
You're very humble too.
I was a bit shocked because I made the film for a school assessment for Year 12 and submitted it as part of my WACE and got an ATAR for my ATAR. So when Lisa told me, I've submitted your film in this award, I was like, I've never really heard of that. We'll see how it goes.
Were you nervous? Were you excited when she told you she'd submitted it?
Yeah,
I
was excited, but I didn't get into the Year 12 perspective, so I wasn't too sure how it would go.
How did the film go in your Year 12 as an assessment thing?
It went very well.
A plus?
I ended up getting 100%.
100%? You couldn't get any better. Well done. Congratulations. Thank you for coming in today. Now, if people want more information about the Adam Awards, we've got a website as well. It is, of course, www.adamawards.org. Don't forget, for this year it's closed. You've got 12 months now to get into next year. Thank you very much for coming in today. It's always nice to promote young people who are doing great things in the community. Do you think you'd ever like to work maybe for a charity or someone that helps other people with depression, maybe Lifeline or something like that?
Yeah, for sure. I'm not sure how I would start.
Look, at the end of the day, I think you're still 19 and you're an inspiration to other kids, and thank you for coming in today and well done.
Thank you for having me.
You're very welcome. Where can we watch the movie if people want to catch it?
It's on the Adam Awards website.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
As the winner, by the way. It's got a little thing saying winner. Thank you very much to Lucy for coming in. Thank you to Lisa from the St Hilda's Anglican College for bringing her in today and promoting it to the rest of Australia. Very proud of her. Did a great job. We'll be back with more of The Couch, promoting more local talent, another film award right after this, only on Foxtel. Welcome back to The Couch on Aurora Television around Australia, Foxtel on a Sunday night. Hope you're enjoying your viewing with us. I'm always intrigued to find out what our Charlton is up to. And today, Charlton, what are you doing?
Today we're talking with Radheya Jegtheva. We're talking about the Asiagraph 2015 animation competition. Thank you very much for joining us, Radheya.
Yeah, my pleasure.
So tell me about the competition.
Alright, so basically the Asiagraph competition is an annual worldwide event that it's an animation competition that's divided into two categories, high school and university. And then from there, it's split into two more categories, 2D and 3D animation. And basically, what you have to do is you have to create a 1 to 5 minute video about anything, but the catch is you have to use their software to try and make it.
Awesome. So tell me about the software. What was it like to work with?
Well, there's the 2D animation software is called Crazy Talk, and the 3D one is called iClone. And it can be very limiting in what you can and can't do, but for what you can do with the program, it's really effective and really quick and easy to use. Like, I just had to watch about maybe half an hour of tutorials, and I'm pretty much a master at it now just from that. So it's really easy and quick to use, yeah. So
had you done anything like this before, or was this your first time giving it a go?
It's my first time entering a proper animation competition, but before that I've always been interested in movies and making little animations and doing post-production and stuff like that. And I think before this I had a YouTube channel and I've had to make little short films for school, but this is my first real animation competition, yeah.
Awesome. Tell me about the two videos you entered. Tell me about the themes of them.
Okay, so my 2D one was called Sweet Dreams, and basically it's a horror film. I love horror films like The Conjuring, Insidious and stuff like that, and I really want to express this. And I've always loved writing, and last year I read a short story. It was called Sweet Dreams, and when I found out about this competition, I was wondering about what kind of film I should make, and I realized that this was the perfect thing to express in a kind of visual format. So I basically based the film on that, and it's about a man who is being haunted by these faces who keep appearing next to his window on the 4th floor. And my second video is a 3D one, and it's called Finding Home, and it's a bit more like sentimental. It's not like a horror genre kind of thing, but that one's about a piece who's trying to find home. Yeah.
Awesome. So did you have any winners out of the ones you entered?
Oh yeah. So with the 2D one, I won first prize for the high school, and for the 3D one, I came second place.
Awesome. Were there many winners from Australia?
I was the only winner from Australia. I was pretty proud of that.
Yeah, you must be pretty proud. So how do you think this will help you for your future, being 16 years of age and having already won an international film competition?
I think it's a really good starting point for my future. Like, I really want to go into film as a career, and hopefully this, will give me an advantage, I guess. Yeah. Yeah,
definitely. Why do you think you were so successful?
I think, probably half was luck, but the other half was a lot of hard work, and I never stopped trying, and I put a lot of effort into those. So
I'm guessing you don't regret the amount of time and effort you put into it. How long did it actually take you to put them together?
The 2D one, it took me a few months because I was just working that on and off just whenever I had time. But then 3D one I made in 3 days, and it's simple, but yeah, it has a lot of meaning. Yeah.
Awesome, cool. Thank you very much for joining us on the couch. If we wanted to actually see the movies and watch them, where can we do that?
I have a YouTube channel called Movie Mashups, and the URL is www.youtube.com/Radheya is awesome. So
Radheya is awesome.
Yep.
Right, awesome. Thank you very much for joining us on the couch today, Radheya. And if people want to find out more, they can do so at thecouch.com.au. Back to you, Fred.
Wow, wow, wow. That sounded very similar to Charlton's email address, of course, which is charltonsmoreawesome.com.au. Only joking. Thank you, Charlton. We'll hopefully catch up with you next year. No, next week. Only joking. If you've missed out on how to contact any of our guests on the show, it's very, very easy. Adrian, tell us how to do that.
If you're looking for more info on anything you've seen on the show, we want you to connect with The Couch online. It all starts at thecouch.com.au. That's where you'll learn about the show, see links to our guests, and sign up as a couchie for free movie invites. You can also find us on Facebook. Like us to get every new episode and bonus videos direct to your feed. It doesn't stop there. You can follow us on Twitter and catch Fred's antics on Instagram. Plus, there's our YouTube page, where you can watch whole episodes of the show. So head online now, thecouch.com.au.
I know looking at me, you probably think, geez, a bit of a sporting figure. You know, how does he stay so fit? Well, I play football. Seriously, I do. I play football. Okay, no, I don't play football, but Neesha does. Neesha, you've got a great guest from the Noranda Football City. Over to you.
Thank you, Fred. Nick Kawabata joins us talking about the Miniroos. Welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thanks for the invite.
Now, Nick, you are a coordinator, so you do a lot of work with the young'uns. So the Miniroos are actually starting at 5 years of age now. Is that correct?
That's right. The Miniroos program is a Football West program that really promotes soccer from the ages of 5 all the way up to 13. There's a few sections in there where I look after predominantly developing children, their football or getting a love for football from the age of 6 through to 9. So that's my area, as well as coaching the under-7s football team as well. So.
Fantastic. And that's sort of that development phase, isn't it? And it's a part, obviously, of Noranda City Football as well. So it's based in Noranda.
That's right.
Yes?
Yeah, everything's it's a local community club, and really you see there the value of having a Miniroos coming right through the teams from 5, kick around to the 6 to 9s, the development, and then really pushing into where they are now, being competitive at the 15 and 16 and onwards. So, yeah.
And of course that age range is a really good opportunity to start to build in some discipline and structure as well.
That's
so
right.
Do you find they pick up a lot of skills in that in that time they're with you
I
from
do.
5 upwards?
We have the children for 20 weeks. It's a 20-week program, and I can show you managing or coaching children for the age of 5, 6, and 7, short attention span, and really got to cater around their thought. You know, how long they can and hold that attention span for. But overall, 20 weeks, you'll see such a change from really, you know, herds of children running after the ball to being quite a structured program, and the matches are well thought out, and they're starting to think about playing football the way the Football West has put out that the structure and framework.
That's wonderful. And of course, you've got kids as well. So this is how I believe you
That's
got enticed
right.
into the role.
I was going to be a drop-off dad and watched my son play football. Became a reluctant coach, and after 20 weeks coaching a team of 7-year-olds, it's been awesome. It really is something to be very proud of. I'm very proud of them with the way they've really developed over 20 weeks. It's quite phenomenal to see.
And being a community sort of organisation, I guess you get lots of parents down, don't you? So
yeah,
it's quite interactive.
I always had a recent presentation night for the trophies, and my opening speech was, you know, it takes a village to raise a child, and it takes a community to raise a football team, and without the parents' help, you know, my job wouldn't be as successful, and the children wouldn't be really enjoying it. It's all about fun at this age. It's about, certainly at Noranda City FC, it's around trial and error, you know, learning football. Certainly when I grew up, it was playing on the street, playing in the park, and really my role is to emulate that, because Football West recognised that, and certainly Noranda City recognised that's the best way to build a foundation of football, trial and error, having lots of fun.
That's wonderful, Nick. And also that when we were chatting before, you were saying mental toughness and resilience as well in the kids, which
it is. It's you know, it's about discovery, but it's also, you know, different personalities in there, and some will take the lead naturally, and it's about helping others come along. And you know, it's not just about coaching about football. It's about teamwork. It's about leadership. So all these come into the mental toughness of, you know, these kids play 2 matches every Sunday, and they're pretty tired afterwards. So we ask quite a lot of them, but it's about giving them that support and then following it on with training for the things they need to learn for the following week.
wonderful, and a bit of a cross-cultural experience as well.
Yeah, and for me, diversity, I'm advocate for diversity. Noranda City has so many children from different cultural and religious and beliefs as well. It's something we actually celebrate as a team. You know, we have a young New Zealander who does the haka before every match with the team, and you know, we have some Hindu children who bring Hindu sweets and share them, talk about their faith, their religion and cultural beliefs. So for me, it's not just about the football, it's about the community and that diversity as well.
That's wonderful. So how do people get involved?
Yeah, it's actually closed season at the moment, but if you have a look on the Noranda City Facebook site, you'll see there we're actually, even though the season's finished, we're planning for next season, and we'll be putting up trial dates and come down and have a play, get to know the club, get involved, and then the season will start in August through to September.
Wonderful. Well, Nick, thank you so much for joining us on the couch, and we hope to have you back soon to talk to us. Maybe when the season starts, you can bring some of the Miniroos.
Hopefully we'll have a Miniroo through to a soccer. That's my goal.
That would be lovely.
Thank you.
We'll see you again soon.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Okay, and if you've missed anything else, guys, you can go to thecouch.com.au for all of those details. But for now, it's back to you, Fred.
Thank you, Neesha. And can I just say that the Noranda City Football Club was part of the Community Bank. Of course, Noranda and Bayswater, community grants that they got as well. And thank you very much for their support. Bendigo Bank, but it is actually a community bank here in WA, owned by Bendigo. Thank you for their support of all community stuff. We'll be back with more after the break, talking more community. TADWA, stick around. Welcome back to the couch here on Aurora Television Foxtel. Can I just tell you, next week on the show, we're going to give you a chance of winning some fantastic board games by Crown and Andrews. Stick around for that. 2 more fantastic board games next week. Now, Tony, our floor manager's got a gun. What are you actually doing with that, actually, Tony?
I'm checking to see how hot you are, Fred.
You need a gun to tell you how hot I am? Do you not have eyes? Don't you reckon... I was going to say, Fletcher, do you not think I'm hot? You can nod that camera if you want. No, obviously not. No, thank you. What about Jake? Do you think I'm hot? No. Well, obviously, you're not good camera people either. That's okay. Look, last week, thank you very much for the nice support in the studio. Last week, I did say to you, and the week before, we were going to have TADWA in. They do wonderful things with bikes. They help people with disabilities live a normal life or an improved life. This is the interview you would have seen last week had we had time. Here it is. Time now to talk to a fantastic organisation called TADWA. We've got John Otago with us. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Nice to have you here. Tell me about your role at TADWA.
I'm the manager of customisation equipment, and we provide a range of services to people with disabilities and the aged, including home modification, assistive technology, smart home technology, allied health services, and of course the Freedom Wheels range of bikes.
For those people who don't know what TADWA means, it's Technology Assisting Disability in WA. Fantastic organisation. How did you get involved with TADWA?
I've been involved with TADWA for over 20 years now. A long time ago, there's a group of telecom technicians in East Perth. I lived in East Perth. I got to know about it, and I've been involved with it since.
Now, today you've brought in an amazing bike. Run us through why this bike is so amazing. What does it do?
This bike has been designed to assist people with disabilities to have the enjoyment of riding a bike. People who don't have the postural support or the capacity to ride a two-wheeler bike, this is an option. We have here all the postural supports and head support that a child might need.
Do we start with a normal bike for a fit person and then a modified, or do you build it completely?
No, these are standard bikes from a bike shop.
Yeah.
They do need to have special considerations. It can't be a very cheap bike from China because it needs to be structurally strong.
Supporting all the frameworks.
Yes, supports the frameworks, supports the outriggers here, which lends stability for the person on the bike.
Now, I notice you've got the back support. Normally we wouldn't have that on a normal bike. So some of your clients obviously need the back support, so you can cater for that. What is the arm at the back here, which is quite interesting?
The arm at the back here is, we call it attendant steering, and it enables a mum or dad or carer to actually steer the bike as the child
I think we'll get a
pedals.
shot of that. There it is there. So it actually moves, and the front, you can actually see it on a wide shot. You'll see the actual front of the bike while you're turning that is moving. So a parent could be standing at the back, or a friend or a carer, and help the person riding the bike. So is it all about giving people the independence that they need?
It's about the independence. There's a certain level of dependence, obviously, because enjoyment's the one. The breeze in the air,
That's
running.
exactly what it is, isn't it, John? It's about being able to feel the feeling of riding a bike like anybody else would. And you've modified it, but it's an amazing bike. Now, the seat and all that sort of thing, can that be modified for different sizes and ages?
The whole bike's good. This is a 20-inch bike, and we go down to 16 inches. We can go down to 12-inch for the very small ones if they want to start, right up to 24-inch. And now we're developing a range of bikes for the 26-inch.
So what age group would this one be suitable for?
This would be suitable for a person, a child, probably between the ages of 8 and 12. And as they grow, we move them up to a 24-inch. We can remove all these postural supports and increase them with the child's growth.
Amazing.
It is. It
How
grows
do you
with the child.
do all this work? What funds all the fantastic work that you guys do?
We are funded through a range of organisations. Mainly we have contracts with Home and Community Care with the HAC program, and where we provide a lot of support for the aged care, so they remain independently in their own home. And I think these things just follow through.
And I know Bendigo Bank as well throws in a bit of money too with their community grants.
Yes, Bendigo Bank has been supporting us now for must be 6 years.
Community Bank.
Community Bank,
which is part of Bendigo. Community branch, of course, Bayswater and Noranda as well. They're fantastic people. And that's why we always urge people, please support Community Bank, Noranda and Bayswater, because they support people like yourself. The bike that I'm looking at in front of me, someone would say, what would it be worth? A couple of $100, $300? Tell us the real cost.
The cost of, I suppose, especially with the attendant steering, would be close to $2,000.
It's a lot of money, so you guys need a lot of money to keep going.
It's a lot of money. We are supported by the Variety, who also supports us. But the beauty is that the bike can be changed over and grown if they need a 24-inch, and then this bike can be used for someone else.
And you said that it can be modified. So as they grow or people get older, can they keep the same bike and modify it to a certain age? Or do you prefer giving them a new bike?
We prefer, probably most people prefer a new bike. It's coming at Christmas time, and it's a very important time and busy time for us because a lot of parents like to have a bike for their child.
John, just before we wrap up, how do people get a hold of your services? What do they need to do before they can get a bike or support?
It's simple. All they need to do is call TADWA, make an appointment. The family will come in with the child, and with our allied health, we'll make an assessment, and from there we'll look at funding options.
So it can be quite simple.
We try and keep everything simple.
Wonderful work. You guys do an amazing job. Thank you for spending some time with us today. If people want more information about TADWA, they have got a website. It's www.tadwa.org.au. That's on screen right now, tadwa.org.au. Thank you, John, for coming in today. Keep up the great work. And don't forget, folks, as well, if you've got money that you want to give away and give it to a great charity, TADWA would love your donations and support as well. Thank you again.
Thank you.
And keep up the great work. Thank you very much to, once again, Community Bank for doing a fantastic job promoting the Community Awards, giving people $750 grants to community groups that need it. Please, if you think you are one of these community groups doing a wonderful job, get on the website for Community Bank. It is, of course, Community Bank Bayswater and Noranda. They do a wonderful job. Get in touch with them, apply for a grant next year. And we got one here last year as well, so thank you very much. That is the album called Cracked. It is, of course, by Brufield. They're singing a beautiful song to end the show today. It's called No Contest. I got that right. Thank you, Tony, our floor manager. Thanks to all the crew for making it a very enjoyable show today. And can I just say, next week, don't forget to join us, because next week, Santa Claus pays us a visit. But we also, can I tell you, we're giving away board games thanks to Crown and Andrews. I won't give you too much info, only because I don't know the name of the boards. But we'll see you next week. Thank you to Brufield. We'll play us out today at the end of the show. Thanks again. We'll see you next week, Australia. Bye-bye.